It's 5 p.m.
All right, quiet on the set.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're live. Let's start the party.
Broadcasting around the world.
OurBroadcastLink.com.
This is your number one internet station. The music you love right here, right now.
OurBroadcastLink.com.
It's another live broadcast. Special edition. Now your hosts, Rob and Jerry.
Hey, well, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Polkas After Dark on our broadcast link.
With a C?
.com. We're also streaming live on Facebook and our YouTube channel. And as we always say, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is, it's all good because we had a Buffalo Bills major win again today. Those guys are on fire. We are so proud of them and so excited. It looks like we are going to be going places this year, kids. No, I can say that. I can say that. Hey, we're also excited too because you're here with us, we're here with you, and we are going to be talking live with Ricky Krupski from the former Krew brothers and also the latest band 7. They just played last night at Potts Banquet Hall. Great turnout, great crowd, saw a lot of videos, live videos, and we're going to be talking with Ricky real soon within the half hour. So don't you dare miss that. Hey, we've got a song that we are going to start the show out with. There's a tavern in the town. Here's the Krew brothers.
Drink together, may our friendship last forever as we sing together and the band plays on. I think, my friends, yes, I think we should have another drink. One more drink. And then the band will play the songs you want to hear. Come on down, relax and have a beer. As a happy polka band plays on. Let's all drink together, may our friendship last forever as we sing together and the band plays on. I think, my friends, yes, I think we should have another drink. One more drink. And then a plop, plop, fizz, fizz. What relief it is to be with a happy gang like this.
Oh, yeah, great way to start off the broadcast here on a Sunday afternoon with you guys here. And we are so excited to see a bunch of people in Facebook land, also on our YouTube channel, as well as our broadcast link. And we are going to be talking live very, very soon with Mr. Ricky Krupski. Hey, speaking of the Krew Brothers, let's get a tune, a signature tune that they had. Here's one called I Want a Girl Polka. Hey, on the vocals, the late Tony Krew, Tony Krupski, and we're going to be talking with his bro, Ricky, in just a few minutes, and we're going to ask him all about the IPA induction, which a lot of us were able to attend this year. We are so thankful for that. Congratulations once again to the Krupski family. Tony, you made it, buddy. Hey, we are going to say a big shout out to the Goldens with a Y, because they are celebrating 27 years of wedded bliss. And this is coming from their daughter, Chelsea, who's 36. And no, she's not 36. We're kidding, folks, as we always do when people have an anniversary. But happy anniversary, Tommy and Sharon. And bet you guys were singing this song the day you got married. Here's an older version of TBC off the Full Moon recording. Here's one called Let's Take a Chance on Love. And they did, and guess what? It worked.
I think we ought to take a chance on love. I really think that we can make it, and we look so good together. I think we ought to take a chance on love. It might last today, but then again, it just might last forever.
I think we ought to take a chance on love. We have so many things in common, and we'll share our dreams forever. I think we ought to take a chance on love. Let's take that first step on our journey and walk life's road together. Chance on love.
I really think that we can make it, and we look so good together.
I think we ought to take a chance on love.
It might last today, but then again, it just might last forever.
I think we ought to take a chance on love. We have so many things in common, and we'll share our dreams forever. I think we ought to take a chance on love. Let's take that first step on our journey and walk life's road together.
Happy 27 years to you guys. You can hear the bacon crackling. I know Tommy loves bacon, so she's probably making him some bacon. She probably made him breakfast in bed, knowing her. You know, and he should have made her breakfast in bed.
I was going to say, anniversaries are for the guys making breakfast for the girls.
Okay, hey, let's move right along. We got a song featuring the band that performed last night. The band is called Seven. It's Ricky Krew's latest baby, and here's one called Hey, Pretty Girlie. Hey, if you're just joining us, well, thanks so much. Facebook gang, also our gang in our broadcast link, and the people watching on YouTube.
Ładno dziewczyno, pretty girlie, ja ciebie tam mocno kocham. Ładno dziewczyno, pretty girlie, ja ciebie zawsze w sercu mam. Ładno dziewczyno, o ziemi gdzieś będzie moja. Hey, pretty girlie, ładną dziewczyną, o ziemi gdzieś będziesz moja żona. Wow! Dziewczyno, hey pretty girlie, ja ciebie tam mocno kocham. Ładno dziewczyno, hey pretty girlie, ja ciebie zawsze w sercu mam. Ładno dziewczyno, hey pretty girlie, o ziemi gdzieś będziesz moja. Hey pretty girlie, ładno dziewczyno, o ziemi gdzieś będzie moja żona. Wow!
Hey, pretty girlie. Oh, let's get rid of the echo chamber there. All right. Boy, I thought I was on an old AM station back in Pennsylvania there. Wow, is that cool? Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3. We're just having a good time, just as everybody else does here. It's just we have more fun than you do. Hey, Jerry, why don't you give a shout out to all the people in the chat rooms?
We're going to say hello to Alice Fischler, Chris Curtis, Dave Lasowski, Donna Zielinski with Teresa and Sarah. Ivan's checking in on his lunch break. We have Jan Dressler, Jimmy Kaminsky, Kathy Graves, Linda P., Marcia Moscato, and the Goldens with the Y.
Aha, and happy anniversary once again.
Yeah,
we'll be playing a couple of songs for you guys. I am sure of that. Also going to say hi to Dave Janka out in Michigan. And also it says hi from Chattanooga. I believe they are down in Tennessee, right? Because
Yes,
Chattanooga is not the one in
Tennessee.
Ohio, right?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think there's a Chattanooga, Ohio. So we want to say, hey, good luck to Vaughn Jr., and he is in a competition down there. We are so excited and so happy for him. We're going to say hi to Tony Curtis. See? Well, Tony's up there thinking of JJ right now. You know that, Tina. We're going to send a song out to Tina Curtis Goebel. Also to Sue and Tim Lebinsky. They're here on Facebook watching us for a little bit. Susan Swartz. Hello from Rhode Island. She says, well, hello back at you, kid, and thank you so much for joining us. Let's see here. We're going to also say hi to Val and Nikki Nido. Nikki Nido, don't forget, is going to be joining us for an interview in the not too distant future. He comes up sometime in October. And then we also have Rick Kordakowski. He says, hi, guys. I hope you're feeling better, Robin. I am. I'm starting to feel a little better. I still sound a little bit froggy, but unfortunately, that's going to stick around for about 3 or 4 weeks, maybe a little bit longer, per the doctor's information. Andy Haverlick, we're going to say hello to you. He's on our Facebook page today. He says, I want to hear Doggy in the Window. Well, we have that coming up in a little bit. And we're also going to say hi to Greg Russo out around the Albany area. Don Zastavner Ramanzo. Hello, Don. Thank you so much for kicking in here. You're always front and center, and we love to see you. Hope everybody is doing well out in your neck of the woods. Also, hello to Chris Tansky. She says, hope you're feeling better, Robin. Thank you, and happy anniversary to Tommy and Sharon Golden. She's in our Facebook, so that's why Tommy and Sharon can't see her over there in our broadcast link location. Tommy Hoke, brother Tommy, is joining us on Facebook. Also, it looks like Mark Swoger, musical Mark from the city of North Tonawanda. Barb Yahweh, Barbara, thank you as always. And also Tony, we're going to say hi to Tony. I don't know if he's tuned in or not up in Canada. So Barb and Tony Biawe. Also Jan Dressler, we're going to say hello to you, sweetie. And the Chipchak Merwins, you know, they celebrated yesterday. Actually, it was yesterday or Friday, might have been, but they celebrated a wedding anniversary. Congratulations to you guys, many, many more. Looks like Mike and Jeannie Subcheck have joined us, and we are going to go ahead and get another song up here by the band called Seven. They performed this song last night, did a great job with it. Here's one called the Tamaray Polka.
We watch the dancers sway. Hey la 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 la. Hey la 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 la. It dance the night away. Tamore, you whispered words of love to me, and when you kiss me tenderly, I learned the meaning of to me, it was the dance of love.
Boy, it is so nice to hear the 3-part harmony on the vocals on that. And we're going to send this one out to Tom or Ray, either one. Hey, that's a tune called the Tom Ray Polka, originally done up by Eddie Blazonczyk and the Versatile Versatones way back when. All the songs are way back when, you know. It's very rare that any new stuff is coming out other than like Costin the Beat. You've got the boys that are pretty creative right now. These guys, of course, they've got a bunch of tunes that they're playing that nobody has heard in quite a while, so we are very fortunate to have them with us in the musical industry here in polkas. And we're going to bring up an oldie but a goodie. Here's one called the Baby Doll Polka. Here's the Michigan Cavaliers with a K. Oh yeah, we're having a great time here on a Sunday afternoon. We sure hope you guys are too. Let's get a song by Freddie K. and the orchestra. Here's one called the Up and Down Polka. Hey, here's the Krew Brothers going to tell us a little song about the birds and the bees.
Oh, yes, sirree, I'd like to be up in a tree, just you and me, snuggling in a nest alone together. Yes, sirree, I wish we were two birds up in a tree, cuddling up like lovebirds often do. If you would rather be a bee, then it would be alright with me. Only if you take me for your honey, together we can always be two very happy busy bees, showing our love for one another. Buzz, 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 I love you because you're my honeybee. Buzz around with me, tweedledee-deedledee-dee, fly away with me. I know all about the birds and bees. Buzz, 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 I love you because you're my honeybee. Buzz around with me, tweedledee-deedledee, fly away with me. I know all about the birds and bees. Buzz, 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 I love you because you're my honeybee. Buzz around with me, tweedledee-deedledee, fly away with me. I know all about the birds and bees. Buzz, 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 I love you because you're my honeybee. Buzz around with me, tweedledee-deedledee, fly away with me. I know all about the birds and bees.
Hey, that's one called The Birds and the Bees polka, made famous by, yep, you got it, the Krew Brothers. And we are so excited because we are going live and direct to Cheektowaga, New York, to talk with a gentleman by the name of Ricky Krupski, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the festivities that took place at the IPA. We are excited. Hey, Rick, can you hear us?
I sure can. Hello, Robin. Hello, Jerry. It's certainly nice for you to have me on the air today.
Hey, well, great to have you here, buddy. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day. Thank your gal, Susie, for letting us steal you for about a half an hour. But
sure.
right now, Rick, let's start some things off talking about your career with the Krew Brothers. But first, how about mention to everybody out there that was unable to attend the IPA, tell them all about what happened there with Tony's Award.
I'll tell you what's something. I've never went to the awards banquet, Robin. It's the first time I went. And the number one, it's like going to a history class. The stories that are told from all the musicians and who's been inducted, you learn so much about the musicians that you never knew happened, or the parts of their lives and everything. And it was really a great experience. And the promoters, or the ones who ran it, just did a great job. I got to tip my hat to the IPA board. As far as the induction of Tony, my brother Dennis did a speech, and again, he mentioned a lot of things that people don't know. You know, the average, you see your musicians on stage and doing what they do on stage, but off the stage, their private lives and things. There's a picture that my brother Dennis, he had it set up at the IPA on a table. He had it blown up like a 2x3 poster. Yes. And it's really a picture of, it tells Tony's life. It's Tony playing the accordion, and he has a red nose on. The Walgreens does for hunger, the Red Nose Day.
Yes, they do.
And Tony was a big advocate on child hunger and stuff, and he donated his time for over 20 years in the food bank industry, just working in the food pantries and things, and that was just a big thing of his life that nobody really knew what that he'd done that. And Tony is a very proud man, and he never spoke of anything that he
and
did.
Very, very, very private at that at that time too. That we didn't. Jerry and I didn't know that, and I'm sure a lot of the other folks didn't. But you also want to probably make mention, if you can, about the McDonald's thing. That was kind of touching as well.
Yeah, that Dennis brought that up at the IPA as well. The McDonald's for those of you that are in the Buffalo, Chickamauga area on Union and Lawson Road, Tony went in one day and there were a bunch of senior citizens that meet every Tuesday at 10 a.m. and they have their coffee and do their chit-chatting and things and just visit with each other. They're retired. And they asked Tony one day, says, can you think you can bring your accordion one time and play, a couple songs for us? So Tony, of course, asked the management of the McDonald's if he can do that. And they told him he could. And Tony did it for years. He did it for years, every Tuesday. And there would be, his regulars and things like that. It's just stuff that he did. And another story that I want to share, and I never knew this until I talked to Lenny Gomolka at the IPA at the convention, was Lenny played Dingus Day here in Buffalo, and he brought a bus with him. And on their way after Dingus Day on Tuesday morning, they all went to the Polish Villa on Union Road to have breakfast before they take their bus trip back.
Yeah.
And my brother Tony got wind that they were doing that, and Lenny says, Ricky, when we walked into the Polish Villa, there was your brother strolling accordion for 2 hours, just entertained all the people, and that's the kind of guy Tony was. He loved his music, he loved people, and I'm glad that he was inducted into the IPA. I wish it was a little sooner that he could have been here, but it is what it is, and we're all proud of him, and we miss him dearly, of course.
You got that right. Very proud, and yes, we do miss him. We miss his talents. We miss his joking around. He was just an all-around super guy.
Just a great personality and a sense of humor that didn't end, and a gentleman all the way around.
And it's kind of funny because we play the Judy polka once in a while, and Tony was the one who actually wrote that song, Judy's Polka, and believe it or not, and you know this, but a lot of our viewers and listeners may not know this, that Blazonczyk and a lot of other bands recorded that song, Judy's Polka. And
absolutely.
Most recent, The Project recorded that song on their First and 10 recording. And
another one, go ahead.
No,
Robert,
please.
I'm sorry.
No, please, go ahead.
Another one that Tony wrote that a lot of people probably don't know is The Polish Dish. Tony wrote that one, and Eddie recorded that.
Yes.
As well.
It's got to be good, and the guy's got to be very admirable for Blazonczyk to want to record somebody else's songs, and he respected Tony very highly, and that was a feather in not only Tony's cap, but also in all of the Krew brothers' caps. Now,
he was certainly the nucleus of it, and my brother Dennis hit it right on the head at the IPA. He says, everybody said Tony was the spark plug of the band. Tony wasn't the spark plug. Tony was the engine.
The engine. Yeah,
and that's the truth.
Hey, how many? Tell me about the brothers. How many brothers? Well, all the brothers played in the Krew Brothers band. Tell us who they were and the instrumentation.
Of course, Tony on accordion. Donnie played drums, and then Gary played sax, clarinet, trumpet, vocals, and it was Alan played bass guitar and vocals, and then Dennis did trumpet and some vocals, and then when Donnie had left the group, he went with Happy Ritchie.
Yeah.
Kenny came in and started playing drums, because Kenny was originally a trumpet player. He was studying trumpet.
See, I never knew that.
Yeah, he studied with Jerry Masovich, in fact. But when Donnie left, Tony said, we need a drummer. So Kenny filled those shoes, and then there's myself on sax, clarinet, vocals.
Yeah, well, you've got some memorable stories, definitely some memorable tunes as well. But right now, I want to ask you a couple of questions. Let's focus on Ricky Krew for the rest of this interview, and thanks for sharing all of that about Tony and all of the guys. But what was the very first time that you heard a polka? Now, you grew up in a family of polka music, but when was the very first time you heard your first polka? Can you remember that, Ricky?
Wow!
Can you remember back that far, Rick?
Well, I'm gonna try. And then there was a place on Cayuga Creek Road. It was a DAV post. It was called Polka Town Park.
Oh.
And now it's a nursing facility or such. Okay. But every Sunday they had polka music there, and it was kind of a neat place. The trees in front were whitewashed in white, and they had the fluorescent orange dots on them, and there was always polka bands playing there on a Sunday. Wow. I remember that. And also there was a place called Island Park, which was on Union Road in Clinton, and there was a couple banquet halls. Actually, Tony Nepadawa was the owner of the place, and he actually made the Krew Brothers the house band. For you had a wedding, you book a wedding there, you book the Krew Brothers.
Oh, wow, nice.
And so they had polka music there a lot. So, but if I had to guess, I would say it was Polka Town Park in Cheektowaga. It was just loaded up in the station wagon, mom and pop, and take us there. And my brothers more than likely played, and once you hear it at a young age, it gets in your bloodstream, and you're hooked.
Yeah. Now, how old were you when you first picked up your first instrument? And what was the instrument? Was it sax or clarinet?
No, it was clarinet. I was probably 8 years old.
Okay.
Clarinet, and I studied with Wally Haminsky, who was a guy here from Schweide's music store. All these music stores are gone now, unfortunately. But then I studied with Johnny Johnson's, which was on Broadway, and he put bands and combos together back in the late 60s, early 70s. And I played with a 5-piece band there called the Princetons, and we played our first job, I think it was 1968, at Blossom Fire Hall, New Year's Eve party for $30, and we thought we were rich.
Oh, great.
And then I went to play with Sue Kazuda. She used to have a band called Three Jacks in the Jill with Tommy Golden and Sonny Wanderlich. Excuse me. And then it went to Four. Do you?
Yeah.
And then I went to Four Jacks in the Jill, and I played with them for about 2 years, and then I started with the Krew Brothers in '72.
Oh, beautiful. The very first band that you played with then was the Krew Brothers. What was the next band after that? Well,
the band after that, I played with the Krew Brothers from. I apologize. I sound like you, Robin.
No, I know. Well, I'm just getting over it, and that's how I was last week.
I was with the Krew Brothers from 1972 to 1981, and 81. Of course, Gary went with the Gene Oates, and a few of the brothers went their own separate ways, and I decided to do the same. And I started a band called the Buffalo Express, which was my brother, myself, Kenny, Butchie Pajak, Dave Maguda on accordion.
Yep.
The trumpet player, his name was Kenny Mockney, and it was a 5-piece group. And we were just starting out in '81 in the place called the Jolly Rogers on Harlem Road, which is now Polish Villa 2. Mm-hmm. He hired us for Friday and Saturday nights, so we had a steady gig, and that was a big break for us for just getting our feet wet as a new band. And probably had the Buffalo Express till probably 87, 88, and then they went to, Kenny left the band, and Dennis joined the band. He came with me, and we changed it to the KB Express, and we did more of a top 40 wedding venue kind of venue. That's where we went with it. Played very few polkas.
Yes, you did, and you guys sounded amazing on any type of genre music that you touched.
Yeah, we had a girl singer with that group, so we were pretty versatile. We had Bob Parker on bass, and we had some great players with the Express.
Now,
and,
go ahead. Nope, go ahead.
No. And then I left the group and did a solo act for 8 years. And Dennis continued the KB Express. But since then, that's now dissolved, and things aren't the way they used to be. You know, sound system has certainly put a toll on the industry.
Yep.
Especially the weddings and things like that.
Yeah, that's true.
And from there, I went with Focus. Jimmy Nowaczewski called me to fill in a job at Rocky Kodis's house.
Oh, wow.
And that was my first job, and I played, and then we talked afterwards, and I was with Focus for probably 5 years, going on 6. And by the way, a lot of people think that Focus is disbanded. It's not.
Oh, okay.
We're still continuing, and I'm still going to run the group, and we're still out there. We're playing the thing at Polish Falcons in October, and we're doing Polka Boosters next month. So we're out there. You know, the bands are getting far and few between. You know, there's not as many left, and I'm doing probably what a lot of the guys are doing now, playing with more than one band, because there's not many times that they're going to play on the same day other than Dingus Day.
Sure. And there's not a huge abundance of musicians any longer either.
No.
You know,
try and find a box player.
Buffalo and Chicago were probably the largest areas to have polka musicians floating around just about anywhere and everywhere, and so many bands. And now, you know, of course, as people do leave us, unfortunately, or they decide that, you know, they want to go on to bigger and better things, so be it. That's the reason why we have a lot of band changes. Now, you mentioned Focus. Let's go ahead and talk about the brand new band, since we're talking about that. The band 7, you guys have played just a couple of jobs, and already you sound like you've got a lot of stuff behind you, which is great, and you're playing a lot of unique and newer stuff. So you're really not hovering on. You've got some guys from the News, and you also have some guys from Focus, but you're not focusing on those, no pun intended, you're not focusing on those types of songs. You're focusing on some really great stuff that people haven't heard in a while. We started out our broadcast with the Hey Girlie and, some stuff like that from 7. And it's just amazing, the song selection that you guys are grabbing. But tell us a little bit about the band, first of all. Who's in 7 right now?
It's myself, Jimmy Nowaczewski, Eric Bukowski, Brian Urbanchek, Andy Boychek, Tommy Picciano, and our steady accordion player will be Mike Papuga, but unfortunately with the Canadian border being closed, he can't get here. So we've been using, and we've been fortunate, we've been using John Formaco's been helping us out, and also Dave Walters has been helping us out. So they're keeping us afloat until Papuga can get over the bridge.
Oh, that's great. That really is.
And I got to say, when we first sat down to put this project together, that was one of the things that we stressed. Although we love Helen Polka and Pukayashu and the old great standards, we want to do stuff that people haven't heard in a while.
Yes.
And do stuff that is, oh wow, I haven't heard that in years. I haven't heard that, and that's what we're focusing on right now. Now that we have enough songs in our arsenal to do a 4-hour job, now we're starting to work on some new and creative stuff that's nobody's ever heard. And it's gonna perk up some ears, I think.
Nice.
With the arrangements that we're coming up with, and the songs itself. There's like the beat has done some great stuff at turning things around with different genres of music.
Yes.
And we're doing the same as well. I can honestly say that I've never been with 6 guys guys to work with that are really involved, and the ideas and the creativity is there, and they're 110% each and every one of them, and they're just they're fun to work with. We rehearse at least once a week, if not twice, to get this thing down, and we're working hard at it, and we're going to continue to do that.
And they're passionate. You can tell by the way they play that they're passionate. They put their hearts into it, which is something that any band and every band has done or needs to do from this point on. That's for certain. Hey, also, Brian Urbanczyk engineered the 4 recordings, the 4 songs that you guys sent out to not only Jerry and I, thank you for that, but also to all the local DJs, and I think they've even hit the Polka Jammer and 247 and Polish Newcastle Radio. So it's great that they're sending them out, that Brian's sending those out. Did Brian really have a background to do this? Because he did an amazing job with getting everything situated, mixing. Tell us how that got.
I'm gonna tell you,
got started.
We a friend of mine. I was fortunate enough to. I have a friend who has a studio in the back of his. He built this nice little barn, and it's a recording studio. And Brian has never ran this machine or laptop or anything in this program, and he opened it up. And the guy who has the studio doesn't know a whole lot about it because his engineers, he's got a guy to do that.
Uh-huh.
And Brian opened it up, and he just amazed all of us. I mean, even the guy who owns the studio goes, he's better than the guy I use, and he's never used this program before.
Wow.
I'm so impressed with Brian with his knowledge of what he did, and cutting parts and putting things together, and very impressed. He was a great asset, and is to the band, and he put a lot of hard work into it.
Yeah, you can tell. And a great job on the 4 tunes. We can't wait until you guys actually release a full CD that we can set out to for everybody to hear. Hey, tell me
We're
about...
working on it now.
Oh, you are? Good.
It's not, and we're working on new tunes now, and it's not going to be long, I'll tell you that, before it's out.
Good for you guys. Ricky, personally, do you have any favorite places that you've ever played? What's your most memorable place that you've played?
I'll tell you exactly. Dick Pillar's Polkabration.
Oh, wow.
Every year we did that, and that was my favorite place to play. We used to play on a boardwalk in the afternoon and in the ballroom at night, and just the setting was great, right on the beach.
Yeah.
And the memories there, and the people, and the memories are just endless. And we played it for several years, and to play next to Eddie and the new brass, the list goes on. It's just that I would think in my career with the Krew brothers, I think that was my most favorite place to play, was the Dick Pillar Polkabration in New London, Connecticut.
Now, Ricky, you've filled in with a lot of bands. You've sat in with a lot of bands. Sitting in allows you to play maybe 2 or 3 songs. Filling in usually means you're going to play the whole gig. Is there a band out there that you wish you would have been able to play with, current or even past, that you didn't get the opportunity to do?
Oh, I don't know. I like them all. I enjoy them all. If anybody ever asked me to play, if I can do it, I certainly would.
Mm-hmm.
If there was a band that I would want to play with, I'd probably want to play with all of them. The ones I want to play with, I'm probably not good enough.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, Rick. Definitely would not say that. You're a talented guy.
That's kind of you.
How about, where's the farthest place that you've traveled to play?
But in the Krew Brothers days, it was probably Wisconsin.
Okay.
We do the East Coast. We do Wisconsin. It was probably the furthest. Although the Krew Brothers, they did play Hawaii. I wasn't with the group then.
Ooh.
But I forget who ran the trip. But the Krew Brothers did play in Hawaii. That was back in the early 70s.
Oh, geez.
Yep.
Now, also, you yourself, do you have a personal favorite genre of music? I mean, when you were with KB, you guys really were just scratching the surface of everything. And like you said, you played a lot of weddings and private events. But what type of genre music does Ricky Krew listen to when he's not listening to polkas?
I listen to old country. I like old country. I like country swing. I like a group called Asleep at the Wheel out of Austin, Texas.
Yep.
That's the kind of stuff that I really enjoy. The Bob Wells kind of music, that country swing. That's what you'll find on my radio if you come to my house.
Gotcha. And what are some of the locations that you've recorded? What are some of the studios that you've recorded in?
We did, when I came out with the Buffalo Express, we did Doodly Doo and a waltz on the flip side. That was Select Sound in Buffalo.
All right.
We recorded at Wham Records the first three albums with the Krew Brothers were Stelgio.
Okay.
But I wasn't with the group yet, so I recorded at Wham. I did Select Sound. I'm trying to think of any other ones right off the top of my head. That's all I can think of.
Yeah. Do you remember the largest crowd that you ever played for? And it was probably you're going to say up in Connecticut, but maybe the second.
No, I'm not.
Second. Oh, okay. Go ahead then.
No, I'm not. I would say I played with the G-Notes back in the mid '80s at the Pulaski Day Parade in New York City down Fifth Avenue.
Wow.
And there were, just thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and it was just incredible. It was probably one of the coolest jobs I've ever played. We played on the float for the New York Sanitation Department. A chrome garbage truck pulled our float,
Really?
and it was all full of roses and all these flowers and everything. And just the people, it was endless amount of people as you went. So that's probably the biggest crowd I've ever played for.
Who did you idolize in the polka music industry growing up?
Oh my! I'm a big fan of New Brass. I'm a big fan of Freddie K's band. I still love his band till today. I wish they were still together. And whenever I hear a Freddie K tune, you normally play one for me, and so do the other DJs. They're IJs. But I like Freddie K. Lenny, of course, Eddie. Everybody loves Eddie.
Oh, yeah.
The talent out there, especially what's the name of it? Yeah, the Brass. I really enjoyed playing with the New Brass in New London.
Yeah, what a great
Mitch Biscu. When Mitch steps on stage, he's there. He's singing. He has that presence of him.
Yes.
When he steps on, he's got your attention. He's like Eddie. You know.
I was so distraught last weekend because Jerry did have to take me over to the hospital, and I mentioned last evening that Buffalo General folks were just amazing. And although we were there for a little while, about 6.5, 7 hours, they really know how to treat people. And, there were a lot of other folks a lot sicker than me, but when they got me in there and they ran some tests and told me exactly what it was a acute bronchitis and something called an RSV, which is a respiratory virus, but they were just fabulous. But the reason why I'm saying that is we were supposed to interview Mitch Biskup last week, Sunday.
Yes,
and
I saw that.
I had to call Mitch at the last minute and say, Mitch, I can't do it. And he said, Robin, the first thing you need to focus on is your health. You go do what you have to do, and we will get together at another point in time. But you are absolutely correct. I mean, his charisma when he's on stage, he's on stage, and everybody loved not only the Golden Brass, but the New Brass. Now, I wasn't around for the Golden Brass era, but definitely was around for the New Brass era, and I cannot wait to get the opportunity to chat with him live.
Oh, that's going to be a great interview.
Other places that you've lived, have you always lived in the Buffalo area, or have you lived other places? Tell us about where you've lived in the past.
Chicago. I was in Chicago for just as far north as you can go on Chicago. in Chicago on the Illinois-Wisconsin border. I had a couple of restaurants there, and I ran a couple of polka festivals out that way. Polkas on the Lake. I had a restaurant which was right on the lake, and I brought Stash Galunka played for me every year. The Krew Brothers, I brought them out. I brought The Touch, played for me. Downtown Sound. I think Tony Blazonczyk played for me. And I'd run little mini polka, the smallest polka festival in Chicago. But we had a ride, and a lot of people from Buffalo came. They came by train. They came by bus. Sometimes they flew, and I'd probably get 80, 90 people out of the Buffalo area. And of course, the people from Wisconsin and things would come for the weekend. But I lived in Chicago for, I don't know, 7, 8 years. And then my wife says the grandkids are getting older now, and we're missing all that. So we came back home to enjoy them.
Oh, gotcha. That's great. Hey, a couple of things that I like to do. I like to ask a couple more questions here. I can't believe that a half an hour has already gone by.
It was quick.
Really, yes. Yeah, it sure was. But it's easy when we're talking to people and they share their stories, because one story leads to another story, leads to another question.
Yeah.
And it's just so easy and so smooth for us to do this. Jerry and I laugh. We say that we could probably do a whole hour on certain people, but we like to kind of keep it at a minimum of, or maximum
Absolutely.
at a half an hour. Hey, so tell us, what advice would you give to somebody just starting out in music? Now, it can be any genre whatsoever, Rick, but what advice would Ricky Krew give to somebody just starting out?
I'm probably going to say what everybody else says. You put your nose to the grindstone, you practice, and then nothing is grown in a day. You know what I mean? The more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. Keep it simple. Just learn the basics, and you will grow from there. And, find somebody that you can maybe a little combo or a duet. You can work off of each other, to make it more interesting, instead of you just sitting in a room by yourself trying to learn and everything. And you just go from book one and just work your way up.
Gotcha.
Just keep it simple.
And now the big question that I love to ask every musician and every band leader that I have interviewed since the beginning of time in October of last year, when we first started these interviews out with Joe Oberitis. What is your favorite memorable breakdown story? And I'm sure with the times that you traveled, I'm sure you have at least one that you can share with us.
Oh, my. Which one do I pick? We used to, instead of renting a U-Haul, we'd have a station wagon, and a friend of ours would have this trailer. There's a 4x8 trailer, and it was like a homemade jobber, and it had a big cat, a tiger on the back of it with it painted on the door and said, "Keep off my tail," and blah blah blah. And there was always a problem with a bearing or a wheel or a tire. And I think we're heading to Mass, and it's probably 3, 4 in the morning, and we get a flat, and we don't have a spare.
Oh.
Don't think of a spare. And here we are. We take the trailer off of the car, and we're cruising through town, and Tony sees a U-Haul. So we get the jack out of the truck, out of the car, and we jack it up, and we borrowed the tire from the U-Haul that was in a lot, and we borrowed it, and that got us to our destination.
Now that's funny. That's a funny story. Unfortunately, that was years ago, so the statute of limitations is expired by now.
Yes, and another quick one, Robin, was
please.
We're the station wagon, and we would rent a station wagon, and we're driving, and we smell gasoline,
Ooh.
and to find out there's a hole in the gas tank. Well, we can't be able to fix this thing. And my brother Donnie, if you know anything about Donnie can fix anything, anywhere. And he's just that kind of guy, and he got a screwdriver, and he cut off a piece of his belt and got a screw with with the leather, and he screwed that screw into the hole of the gas tank with the leather, and it stopped the leak, and we continued on, and it got us home and back.
Wow.
You know?
Oh,
So,
that is great.
Yeah.
Well, Ricky Krupski, thank you so much for spending this afternoon with us this
Listen,
Sunday.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you thinking of me and the interview, and I'd like to thank you and all the guys would as well for what you and Jerry do for the polka industry, and keep up the good work.
Hey, well, we have a lot of fun, Rick, as you know. Best of luck to you guys with the new 7 band. We're going to continue to follow you and see your success. But thank you so much. God bless you. And you know we love you, Rick.
Same here, Robin. Thanks, man. Keep up the good work, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
Okay. Here we have a song, another one by 7. Here's one called She Tells Me Lies Polka.
I've got a girl back home, her name is Josie. She tells me that I am her very own. But every time I leave to play my polkas, it's funny that she's never ever home. She tells me lies and swears she really loves me, but she should know that lies you shouldn't tell. Now she'll probably never get to heaven, for heaven knows she's too good to go to hell. When I left to play a job in Pittsburgh, she said, I'll miss you, do you have to go? But when I called to see how she was doing, her dad said she was out with my friend Joe. She tells me lies and swears she really loves me, but she should know that lies you shouldn't tell. Now she'll probably never get to heaven, but heaven knows she's too good to go to hell.
Hey, that's the new band 7 featuring Ricky Krew on the sax, Andy Boychek on the drums and vocals, of course, Ricky on vocals as well, Jimmy Nowaczewski, Brian Urbanchik, Eric Bukowski, and also filling in with them recently has been Mr. Dave Walter. And but Michael Papuga from Canada, once the border opens up, he is going to be their box man. So it's going to be a great time catching those guys. And let's bring up a song by PCM. Here's one called Every Little Kiss. Say hello to Jeanette Tonsky. She's in the Facebook house there with us.
Everyone sees the whole day through. Well, what I do without the nights and the phone and the chance just to talk to you. Oh, what I do now, just to talk to you 1,000 miles away. What I wanna get for only one night, literally deep inside. Someday when times were so tight,
little bit of PCM, polka country musicians, rocking your Sunday afternoon right here on Polkas After Dark.
On our broadcast link. It'd be nice if you
didn't
had
have-
me
Yeah,
up.
I didn't have your volume up there. Go ahead, try it again.
On our broadcast link.
Now, what am I supposed to say?
With a
here?
C.
Oh, with a C.
.com.
.com. Okay. Hey, speaking of with a C, guess who just joined us? Brian Shankus from Polish Newcastle Radio. You can catch his show Wicked Good Polkas every Saturday afternoon from noon until about 2. So you don't want to miss him. That's Polish Newcastle Radio. Brian always does a great show, an exceptional broadcast for everybody, as well as Rob and all of the folks out there with the PNCR. Sorry about it. Polish Newcastle Radio.
ABCD.
Boy. Yeah. It's got I want to say it's the medication, but I'm really not
You're
on
not
much
on
anymore.
anything.
Yeah. Hey, why don't you go ahead and say hello to everybody in the chat rooms?
We have Alice Fischler, Barb Biale, Chris Curtis, Dave Lasowski, Donna Zielinski with Teresa and Sarah, Gail Wojtovich, Jerry Romanowski, Jimmy Kaminsky, Kathy Graves, Linda P., Marcia Moscato, and the Goldens with a Y.
Ooh.
Then we have Brian Shankus, Bobby Razutek, John Sobchak. Loretta Meckles said that she is in Newcastle listening to Energy right now, but
Good.
stopped in to say hello to everybody.
Well, thank her for doing that.
Chris Chansky said another great interview. Linda Chipchek Merwin said great interview. Eddie Gavron's here with us. Michelle Szymanski's on her way home from the Bills game. Go Bills.
Yeah, great
Mike
win
Reel-
today.
Mike Reel jumped in. And we have Pat Mazer with us. Tim Creenan is listening in Clarence, New York. Ricky Crew's there. Tina Curtis Goebel. Tony Biale. Mark Schwoger. Mike and Jeannie Sobchak.
And
Jan Dressler. Tommy Hoke. Don Ramonzo. Greg Russo. Andy Haverlick. Rick Kortakowski. Valerie Naito.
with Nikki.
Sue S. and Sue L. And Dave Shanko.
Oh, great. Well, again, thanks, folks, for joining us here. We've got about, a little more than 45 minutes yet to go. We are going to pull the plug at 7 p.m. We got some things to get together for work tomorrow.
Making you dinner.
Fortunately, I work from home. Jerry still out and about in the workforce. I work from home, so it's kind of nice. And now I'm not contagious anymore.
That's true.
After the 8 days. But they still said it's going to be a little while before I can get back to par, so they say. Yeah, okay.
They don't know you very well.
Well, I don't play golf, so I guess it doesn't matter now, does it?
No,
How
it
about
doesn't.
a tune by the Trolltones, Andy Fennis and Company out of West Mifflin, Pennsylvania. Here's one called Don't Get Married.
Our broadcast link with a C.com. You're watching Polkas After Dark.
Żonkę
Andy Fennis and the Trell Tones right there entertaining you on a Polkas After Dark, the Sunday afternoon edition. We're here until 7 p.m. every Sunday, 5 to 7 Eastern Time. And don't forget our Saturday evening gig. That's right, Saturday nights from 9 p.m. to 11. You can't go wrong. There's polka music live every single weekend right here coming to you from Polkas After Dark. Unfortunately, as we mentioned last week, didn't get a chance to broadcast on Sunday due to some health issues. But we are going to be rescheduling Mr. Mitch Biskup at a later date. And that is for his interview, which will be coming up in the not too distant future. We do want to also make mention that we have a couple more folks coming up here. Starting next week, we're going to be talking live with Frankie Lishka with the former Brass Connection Band, now with the Boys. He's going to be joining us on October 3rd. On October 10th is Mike Matuzak from the former Charm City and, of course, now the leader of the Boys Orchestra, Boys Band. Let's see here. October 17th, Mr. Nick Nido from the Mass Brass. He's going to be joining us. He's currently entertaining everybody, playing accordion with Joe Stanky. Then on October the 24th, Freddie K. Freddie Kincherski. He is originally from Plainfield, New Jersey, but he is now living in Florida with his lovely wife, Linda. And that's with the Freddie K. Band. On October the 31st, we're having a special Halloween edition. And no, this guy isn't dressing up in outfit or costume, but Gary Ramey is going to be joining us from Youngstown, Ohio. He, of course, is the master engineer at Peppermint Studios. He's owned Peppermint Studios for many, many years. He's done some great projects, as you guys know, for Wham Records with Dale Sinchak when Dale owned it, and then also when Dave Zukowski took it over after that. But he has done a lot of mixing for a lot of bands throughout the polka music industry, and we'll get a chance to ask him about a few of those. November the 7th, there is no broadcast for the weekend because Jerry and I are going to be attending the USPA Mini Fest, which she'll be telling you about a little bit later. Then November the 14th, Don Rosinski comes up, Grand Rapids, Michigan, with the Polski Chicks. November 21st, Mr. Jody Matty is going to join us from Parma, Ohio, with Uptown Sound, and of course, he used to have the band The Honky Express. They've changed a couple of guys, changed the name, and now they are going under the Uptown Sound. Excited to talk with a gentleman on November the 28th, and that's Johnny Formaniak, Foo, as he's known throughout the polka music industry, from Chicago, Illinois. He's played with such greats as Marion Lush, the White Eagles, also the Average Polka Band, Stash Belanda. And let's see here, also one more time, and most recent, the New Phase Band, Tony Blazonczak. Then, on December the 4th, we're looking to talk with Freddie Bulinski from the Brass Works Band, Baltimore, Maryland. I had a chance to chat with Freddie not too long ago, last week, and he's all excited about coming on. He, of course, is a DJ. You can hear him tomorrow night, or is an IJ, I should say. You can hear him tomorrow night on the PolkaJammerNetwork.org as he and his lovely wife, Marcia, take over the reins in the evening. What you want to do, folks, is you want to check out the different locations here on the internet. You've got 247 Polka Heaven, the PolkaJammerNetwork.org, Polish Newcastle Radio. Just go to their websites, see the schedule, and see who is up. Some of their live shows are really great. Actually, all their live shows are great. We listen to Mark and Sherry on Friday nights when we can. But also on December the 12th, we're going to be entertaining Mr. Walter Osternick, or should we say he's going to be entertaining us with his presence. He's from St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada, and he's, of course, Canada's Polka King, Walter Osternick. And then on December the 19th, we're going to be talking live with Stacy Morris from Monongahela, Pennsylvania. She, of course, is the leader and drummer of the New Tones, excellent vocalist. She's won several awards with the IPA and the USPA. And also, she gets a chance to go up and scream out some songs. She's got a great voice with the Boys. So her and Frankie Lishka usually team up for some of those tunes. and that's With the Boys. Once again, we thank you so much for tuning us in. Let's go ahead and bring up Frank Borzamowski. Here's a little bit about We're Going Out.
Out to a polka dance tonight. We're going out where the music's hot and tight. We're going out to a polka dance tonight. Put on your best dress, babe. We're going out tonight. Oh yeah. Going out to a polka dance tonight. We're going out, baby, it's me and you tonight. We're going out, we'll dance to every song tonight. Pour out the shots and beer, let the good times roll tonight.
Frank Borzamowski and friends, that's one called We're Going Out Tonight. And Jerry, why don't you give a rundown of the chat rooms, because it looks like we got some more people that have joined us.
We have a few. We have Alice Fischler with us, Barb Biale, Chris Curtis, Dave Lisowski, Donna Zielinski. Gail Wojtowicz was cluing us in on the wedding she was at yesterday, which was a beautiful, beautiful wedding.
I saw some pictures. And you know Gail got a brand new car?
Yes, I did see that.
Sharp.
Jerry Romanowski's with us, Jimmy Kaminsky, Kathy Graves.
Yeah, Jimmy, did you like that boat? That's the Polkas After Dark boat. It's parked down at the harbor here. If you ever want to take a run down and see it, we'll be more than happy to drive you down there. That just happens to be Mr. Jimmy Kaminsky's ship. It's not even a boat; it's a ship, and we love showing that off. So, Jimmy, thanks so much for letting us do that, buddy.
We have Kathy Urbanzik with us, Linda P.
Hi, Kathy.
Marcia Moscato, the Goldens with the Y. Ricky and Jen Pianowski are checking in with us. They are heading home from Lenny and Energy. Chris Tansky's with us, Ed Ryeski, Mike Rio. He wants to know when you want to go walking.
Yeah, you know, he is up to 8 miles a day.
That's crazy.
It's his second day, 8 miles a day. But I have you beat, Michael. I am up to 800 steps a day. Yep. So
from the bathroom to the office to the bedroom.
Soon to be working on 810 maybe this week. I'll let you know. I'll post it because I'll be so excited about that. But man, you are just tearing it up with your walk, and we are so happy for you, so proud of you, and just keep doing what you're doing because it's keeping you healthy, buddy.
We have Brian Shankus with us. Jeanette Tonsky, Bobby Ruzutek, John Sobchak. I'm not sure if Loretta's still listening in, but at one point we did have the trifecta here with Tina earlier.
Yeah.
The Chipchak Merwins are with us.
Happy anniversary to you guys. Happy anniversary to the Goldens with a Y. Just a whole bunch of stuff. Hey, is Daniel Czerniak on?
I didn't see him.
You know, we called him and sang happy birthday to him, and he hasn't called us back.
He probably can't hear anything now.
Yeah, not at all. But happy 34th birthday to you, Daniel Czerniak, out in Minnesota.
We also have Pat Mazer with us,
Pat
and Tim
Mazer,
Creenan.
And Tim and Marianne Creenan out in Clarence. Yeah.
And Tony Biale. And I don't know who else is with us still.
And, well, we still have some people that are not in the chat room, but they are viewing on our broadcast link. We can see that, and it looks like some more people out in Massachusetts. So We want to say thank you guys so much for that. Hey, let's bring up Richie Gomolka. Here's one called the Happy Bachelor Polka.
Chłopiec gipki, nie boję się bitki, nie boję się bitki. Jak się chłopcy biją, to je między dziwki. Jak się chłopcy biją, to je między dziwki. Oj, ja se chłopiec młody, mam dużo urody, mam dużo urody. Dziwki mnie kochają, bo za mną latają. Dziwki mnie kochają, bo za mną latają. Pomyślałem sobie, ten co się ożeni, to ma dziury w głowie. Ten co się ożeni, to ma dziury w głowie. Oj, słowiczek pięknie wyśpiewuje, pięknie wyśpiewuje. Do której zajadę, każda obiecuje. Do której zajadę, każda obiecuje. Hej!
Hey, that's Richie Gomolka playing a tune for you, one called the Happy Bachelor Polka. And if you're just joining us, well, shame on you, because we started at 5. Where were you? We had a great interview with Ricky Krew.
My brother just joined us.
Your brother, hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan.
Hi, Dan. We hope all is going well with you. You know, everybody has had some issues with health problems and all kind of cool things that have been coming up along the circuit. But unfortunately, or should I say fortunately, we are coming together. And we also want to make mention, too, of Mr. C.J. Lekowski out in Grand Rapids, Michigan. C.J. is doing pretty well. We are excited to pass along to you guys. Diane had posted, Diane K. Lekowski, his wife, had posted a little bit early this morning that he is on the mend. Also, Mom, Diane's mom, Betty, is also on the mend. So we hope that they get out, maybe even together the same day, and they're sent home where they need to be. God bless them. Please keep them in your prayers, both of them, and also Diane and the kids as well. You had a song that you wanted to play by the Krew brothers, did you not?
Mm-hmm.
And it was the doggy song from Mr. Andy Haverlick.
And hopefully it plays, because you haven't let me play a song in weeks, so
Okay.
fingers crossed.
Yeah, well, push the button and see what happens. It looks like it did.
Kosztuje piesek we w oknie, ten co ogonem wywija. Ile kosztuje piesek we w oknie, żeby piesek był na sprzedaż? How much is that doggy in the window? The one with the waggly tail. How much is that doggy in the window? I do hope that doggy's for sale.
You're watching Polkas After Dark on our broadcast link with a C.com.
Ja nie chcę królika ani kotka, nie chcę papugę, co mówi. Nie chcę żadnych wiele małych rybków, bo rybka chodzić nie umie. I don't want a bunny or a kitty, I don't want a parrot that talks, I don't want a lot of little fishies, 'cause you can't take a fish for a walk. How much is that doggy in the window? The one with the waggly tail. Is that doggy in the window? I do hope that doggy's for sale.
Well, here's one we haven't played in quite some time that definitely deserves a lot of airplay. Here's Mr. Lenny Gomulka.
Late in the night, all alone are we. It's only you and me, no others will we see. 'Cause something has happened that troubles me. This new reality, Lord bless our world. So bring back the days when we all gather here, with families, with friends, all quite so dear. There's hope for a time when we all will return, but for now, Lord bless our world. I pray that soon we will be with you, and I look forward to a world that we once knew. And I pray that soon you return again, friendships shall never end, Lord bless our world. So bring back the days when we all gather here, with families, with friends, all quite so dear. There's hope for a time when we all will return, but for now, Lord bless our world. As much as I wish I can promise you a world that continues to be like the one we knew, it can only depend on our faith and love and on the love of love. God bless our world. So bring back the days when we all gather here, with families, with friends, all quite so dear. Let's hope for a time when we all will bless our world. Thank you, Lord, for blessing our world. Late in the night, all alone are we. It's only you and me, no others will we see. 'Cause something has happened that troubles me, this new reality. Lord bless our world. So bring back the days when we all gather here, with families, with friends, all quite so dear. There's hope for a time when we all will return, but for now, Lord bless our world.
Hey, let's get a Nobetic for you guys right now. Here's one called Counting Sheep. Here's the Dynastics.
Pobiegła łodeczka, góry do laseczka, a baranek za nią, ale nie trafił na nią. Nie żałuj baranku, tak swoją kochankę, ona pije piwo, piweczko z wiśniakiem. Wyleciała snoka z górnego potoka, siedzi tam dziewczyna, która płacia i szlocha, płacia się prasuje i gorzko lamentuje, że jej kochaneczek za górami wędruje.
It's a Dynastics. What a creative band that was way back in the 80s and early 90s. Let's go ahead and put it over to Jerry. Jerry, you said there were a few more folks that came into the chat rooms. Why don't you go ahead and give a big shout out? Looks like Dave Bonk and also Princess are joining us from Arizona.
I was trying to find their flyer real quick so I can announce who's there next year. And I'm on.
Well, they have a dance coming up, I think, in October.
There's October
also
16th.
November. Okay.
Noon to 5.
And that is featuring who?
I'm trying to find that out, sweetheart.
Okay.
If you give me just a few seconds, some of it's kind of cut off on the bottom.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, so I don't know if maybe I just can't see that.
Okay.
But
we put you in your natural habitat, so now maybe you'll be relaxed a little more. Yeah.
Hey, ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
All right. So he sent me the link that I'm on the page, but I just can't find the lineup quick enough, and I apologize for that to everybody.
Well, he sent that to you, so I probably have it too.
Yeah, you should maybe go through the chat room, and I'll see what I can find over here.
Yeah, let me go ahead and do that. It looks like we've got Dave Bonk and also Princess from Arizona, as we just mentioned. Also, Patty Watson. It's great to see her all the time here on the weekends. Barb Bukowski. Barb, thanks for the videos of the band 7 last evening between you, Linda Petrozeski, and a couple of other folks. Boy, they had us really rocking and rolling. we were on the broadcast last night from 9 to 11, but we were tuned in and watching a whole bunch of those Facebook videos and commenting on them. So once again, thanks to all that participated and sent that stuff to us. Mr. Steve Thomas, we're going to say hello to you, Steve. Also for Brenda and Eric, we're going to say hi to Brenda and Eric. Thanks, guys, for all of your participation. Once again, Dan Novak in New Mexico. We're going to send a big shout out down Dunkirk way to Mr. Steve Gramala. He is the mechanic extraordinaire. I haven't had a chance to get together with him and talk to him. So what we need to do is we need to take a run down there and bend his ear a little bit and say, hey, what have you been up to? I know he's been going crazy, selling cars, getting some things ready for some people. So he also does great mechanic work. It's a free, shameless plug for him because he's our mechanic. He has been for many, many years. Does a great job, and that's kind of one of the reasons why we stay with him. Okay, do you have anything that you can mention to us for?
The boys will be there November 13th and 14th.
Okay.
But that's as far as I got.
Okay.
On a Christmas dinner.
Oh.
But it says entertainment is TBD.
Oh, they're a good band. Have you ever heard of them? TBD? Yeah.
Are they kind of like TBC?
They are. It was the next band after that. See, TBC, and then the next letter D came about.
Gotcha.
So, gotcha. TBD is a good band. Yeah. They play a lot of honky push stuff.
I'm going to find that flyer that I have from IPA for next week.
Oh, okay.
So that we definitely have that ready to go for next week.
Well, you can do that.
Absolutely.
Yep, I'm going to send out a song to all of the Stephanie fans. Here is a tune called Knock, Knock, and Another Knock. How about a little G notes for you to slowly bring this show to a close? Here's one called Kimmy's Polka. A little bit of Kimmy's Polka for you right there by the G Notes. How about one featuring Andy Boychak on the vocal? Here's one by the News. It's called Janie's Polka.
Nie będziesz tylko Janino, bo więcej mnie zwodziła. Ojciezu, se dotunają dziwko, będziesz ty mnie prosiła. Ojciezu, se dotunają dziwko, będziesz ty mnie prosiła. Nie rzucaj mnie, bo nie wiem jak tak pływać. Jak nie rzucić, to utonę w łagu, to cię nie mogę wracać. Jak nie rzucić, to utonę w łagu, to cię nie mogę wracać. Nie trop się o mnie, dziewczyno, tylko trop się o ciebie. Będę kochał i nie łodzie dziwko, oj zapomnę o tobie. Będę kochał i nie łodzie dziwko, oj zapomnę o tobie. Oj zapomnę, hej, o tobie, oj boś ty mnie dostała. To nie jest ta moja wina dziwko, oj tyś mnie nie trzymała. To nie jest ta moja wina dziwko, oj tyś mnie nie trzymała.
How about a little bit of Polka Family coming your way? We've got about 8 minutes left here before we call it quits for a Sunday evening.
Yesterday she told me that she really loved me, but tonight she says she's only thinking of me. How can I convince her that she's my one and only? Got to hold that lady deep inside my heart. Że mnie bardzo kocha, wczoraj mi mówiła, a dzisiaj tłumaczy, że my się zmieniła. Chciałbym ją przekonać, że jest dla mnie ona, że ona w mym sercu jedna, jedyna. Kasia, moja Kasia, daj serce twoje i serce za serce dam tobie moje. Kasia, moja Kasia, bardzo cię kocham i wierność na wieki tobie przysięgam. Yesterday she told me that she really loved me, but tonight she says she's only thinking of me. How can I convince her that she's my one and only? Got to hold that lady deep inside my heart. Że mnie bardzo kocha, wczoraj mi mówiła, a dzisiaj tłumaczy, że my się zmieniła. Chciałbym ją przekonać, że jest dla mnie ona, że ona w mym sercu jedna, jedyna. Kasia, moja Kasia, daj serce twoje i serce za serce dam tobie moje. Kasia, moja Kasia, bardzo cię kocham i wierność na wieki tobie przysięgam. Bam, bam, bam.
Hey, this song's going to take us all the way up to quitting time, 7 p.m. We thank you guys for joining us once again on a Polkas After Dark, the Sunday afternoon edition. Don't forget, join us next week, Saturday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Hey, listen, tell your friends, or everybody just tell one friend, and let's see if we can bombard these chat rooms. Why don't you?
Just stop to think what polka music means to folks like you and me. A weekend polka dance, there's no place I'd rather be. Just think of all the good times you have shared with your friends. If you're like me, you hope those good times never end. I'd hate to see what life would be like without polkas. The music that I've always loved, it means so much to me. I'd hate to see how life would be for polka fans like you and me. I'd hate to see what life would be like without polkas. Think, would you have met your guy? Would I have met my girl? When you and I have ever met outside this polka world? Polkas bring togetherness to friends and family. Without polkas, think how different life would be. I'd hate to see what life would be like without polkas. The music that I've always loved, it means so much to me. I'd hate to see how life would be for polka fans like you and me. I'd hate to see what life would be like without polkas.
Hey, for all you Marion Lush fans, he's going to talk about a girl in every town. Actually, multiple ones. Isn't that cool? I'm just kidding. It's not cool at all.
We travel all the highways, streets, and many roads. The only thing we hope for is that they never close. We're coming from a distance to bring our happy sound. Play for all our friends and girls in every town. La 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 Now all the single fellas meet all the single girls. The girls that dance the polka and all the fancy twirls. They listen for the beat and they listen for the sound. We play for all our friends and girls in every town. La 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 From a distance we travel night and day. We're gonna watch you polka fans swing and swing and swing. We're bringing you our music, we're bringing you our sound. We play for all our friends and girls in every town. La 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 la
Hey folks, it's Sarah Z That's Me from the Sarah Z That's Me Polka Show with your host Sarah Z That's Me, and you're watching Polkas After Dark on our broadcast linkwithac.com.